Good morning, happy weekend, or good afternoon, whenever you're watching this, right? So today we are doing our weekly reading for the week of February 15th, right? We just celebrated that St. Valentine's Day, or Lupercalia, which we know was an original fertility festival, which we celebrate Fauno, and then eventually they took it and turned it into Valentine's Day, right? But just make sure you tell those people that you love but drive you crazy that you love them every day, right? Eat chocolate every day is the secret of a long life. So today we are using the True Heart Intuitive Tarot as well as the Mystic Rebel Oracle, and we're taking a look at the energy more on a purpose level, right? Something that we could journal on, something that we could focus on. Instead of focusing on the outside world, we're focusing on ourselves. So if you happen to be tuning in later on and you're watching this at a later date, just make sure that you're meant to watch this. So don't go anywhere, right? Just come hang out with me. I try to do these as short as possible because I know not everybody wants to watch a 30-minute video. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to shuffle our deck. Remember, something speaks to you, take it. If it doesn't, you can just leave it, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at our energy for today, this week. And what we got here is a lot of energy cards, right? We have a lot of water and we're having a lot of fire as well. Now, what we see here is we start off the week feeling a little bit extra sensitive. That may be the remnants of the energy of the new moon in Aquarius, because this new moon is all about we see this new kind of journey that we're entering. And we see that really big here with the Ace of Cups, and it's a very emotional journey. So even though as we begin these new things, we also have to take in considerations the emotions that are coming to the surface. Any type of change that we experience in our life is always going to leave us feeling a little bit overwhelmed, right? Because as beautiful as change is, we all know that while we're going through it, it's just not the prettiest thing of all. So what we see here is taking control of that, taking control of those emotions while you're entering this new stage of your life. Do not be afraid of vulnerability. Do not be afraid to feeling emotional. And if you're feeling extra sensitive to the energy around you, carry with you some selenite, some black tourmaline, and really protect that energy. Being extra sensitive is not a negative thing. It just means that your senses are really, really in tune with the collective, with the energy around you. So, meditation will come into play this coming week. Now, what we see here with the Princess of Disc is making sure that you're standing your ground. It's really good to sometimes, want to avoid conflict, but you also want to be careful with any energy in this coming week that may be trying to manipulate you, maybe somebody giving you a sappy story. Also watching out for those exes still wanting to come through during a Mercury retrograde. What we see with the Princess of Disc is really, really standing your ground, but not in a rude way. We could set our boundaries. We can say, no, we don't owe anybody an explanation. We don't have to be rude about it, but we definitely want to be stern if that is what is needed. Then we see the Prince of Wands. The Prince of Wands knows where we're going, and you know where you want to go. You may not know exactly how you're going to get there, but this card is all about momentum. So definitely this coming week, you want to work on momentum, even on those moments that you feel stuck and you feel like suspended. You want to push yourself a little bit. You don't want to sit in the stagnant energy for too long, because what's going to happen is that you're going to start feeling heavier, and then it's going to get harder to get out of that, right? So what we're seeing here is a new beginning. When we're talking about emotion, maybe you've been working a lot on releasing, on healing a certain part of you. So we do see that working. So this is your sign that says keep working on it. You may not see the progress yet, but there is progress there. What we see here is also a week saying for balance. We need balance. We need more patience with the self. Just as we give patience to other people, this coming week really requires us to be patient with ourselves, compassionate with ourselves. If you're making a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Just pick yourself back up and say, I'm going to try again. Be persistent in what you want. Failure does not mean that you failed, it doesn't make you a failure. Failure means that we're just going to get back up and keep doing it. You know, I can't imagine a life without failures, because in everything that I do, failure has been a big presence in my life. But you know what? It's all about getting back up and keep working on it. Now, our last two energy cards, we say detach and move on, which is great. So we're seeing that change. We're seeing that major release happening. And look at this. I feel like so many of us need to see this card. And here it is, presence for us, saying you are on the right path. So, you know, even though we do like to focus a lot without doing it on purpose, we like to focus on the things that we lack, you know, and then we hang out there on this negative pole. This is a week that we want to push from there. Okay, I may not be good at this, but at least I'm trying, right? So it's not about how fast we're moving. It's about just keeping momentum. So if you guys ever want to schedule a reading, you guys know I've been doing readings for the last 25 years. I am scheduled and booked all the way to September. The books are still open. I'm still scheduling. It's just going to be a little bit of a wait, but you could ask my thousands of clients that I read for that it is worth it, right? Now that schedule may change a little bit, so it may mean that your reading may be 2 weeks before that, and that is because I'm only scheduling in a way like the kids are virtual. So hopefully they will be back to school next year, and that will open up the schedule humongously. So that's a good news, right? So if you guys ever want to check out the shop, it's lightwitchtarotshop.com. Feel free to go check it out, see what your intuition wants you to get, and let's just work together. So I love you guys. We're going to have an amazing week. We're going to kick some ass. We're going to grab life by the balls, and we're just going to go with it. So lots of love and light to everybody. I love you, and blessed be. Bye-bye.